Sunday quarterback, Sean, the final score reads 28-3. But, man, this could have been even a bigger blowout. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it was 28-3. It felt more like 41, 45-3. 3 missed field goals right there, Andy. I mean, that alone brings the number up higher. And then, obviously, 3 touchdowns for Nebraska were erased by penalties. So it was one of those games like, what if? But the bottom line is Nebraska still won 28-3 against a team that could end up winning the MAC. I mean, that was a quality Buffalo team. And, there was a lot to be desired still, and Nebraska still won by a lot.
Yeah, 0-0 game, early second quarter, the game turns on Adrian Martinez, again, making a play, turning something out of nothing, really.
Yeah, 71-yard run. Then he had the 2 long touchdown passes to Samori Toure. Adrian is making plays, and it's crazy to think this was the first game he's had 2 touchdown passes since Maryland in 2019, but the run was the story. I mean, that was, if you were to earmark moments, that clearly obviously was the play that turned this entire game. It was kind of a stalemate, and then a playmaker just stepped up and made a play.
Yeah, Martinez goes over 2,000 yards, rushing yards for his career, and moves past Tommy Frazier into 5th place by rushing yards by a quarterback in Nebraska history. But the reason they needed a spark was that run game keeps sputtering, and that's got to be a concern, a red flag, because the Huskers are failing to execute some basic run plays.
Scott Frost is hell-bent on getting that inside zone play to work. I mean, they are just going to rep the hell out of it until it works. We've seen it now 2 weeks in a row. And I told you, it's like the driving range. They're just out there swinging away, trying to get better at that play, and it's going to get there. But once again, it didn't look pretty for probably most of this game. I thought late in the game, Gabe Ervin started to break a couple free, but not enough consistency from those running backs.
How about defensively? The Huskers really turned in a great performance. Black shirts were all over the place. Luke Reimer leading the way.
Yeah, Luke Reimer with the big play on defense, the interception. Great story. Kid that grew up on the Oklahoma border in Kansas, walked on in Nebraska as an 8-man player originally. Just comes up with a big play. But I thought in general you saw Damian Daniels makes a huge play. Garrett Nelson had a couple big ones today. Some really good individual performances by this defense.
Yeah, Henrich was pretty darn good as well. And, talking about Reimer, his one FBS offer was to Buffalo, and so you got to believe this felt good. Special teams, I don't even know what to ask you anymore. Like, why?
Well,
why does this continue to happen, Sean? It's puzzling.
Our punch card for the year has been punched off.
Yeah.
So everything that shouldn't have happened has already happened. 3 games in. 3rd game in a row, we've seen Nebraska have a punt return blunder and a turnover. And then Connor Culp now misses 3 field goals. And that's the other story. They brought him out there late just for a confidence kick. They're like, okay, let's get him out here on a win. And he missed it. I mean, that was really, really big, and I think this staff has a lot of questions now. When you're around that 25-yard line, are you going to go for it now at Oklahoma versus try to kick? You almost got to be inside the 20 to feel pretty good right now, because anything outside the 20, the confidence level of him making, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and moving forward, you mentioned Oklahoma. Perspective here, because obviously this is a huge game for this year, but also for Husker Nation to reunite with their old rival.
Yeah, 50th anniversary. Maybe another year from now, this will be an SEC Big Ten game. Who would have thought that when you look at this matchup on paper? But Oklahoma, Nebraska, 50th anniversary. I know this was one of Tom Osborne's last acts of duty as AD to get this game scheduled. And as we know, it almost didn't happen.
Right.
And I don't know if Scott Frost is going to go there this week on that topic, but it's going to happen, and this will be a really big measuring stick to kind of see where this team's at, because obviously it could go one of 2 ways, as we know, and Nebraska's going to have to play their best game of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week leading up to Nebraska and Oklahoma, the 50th anniversary of the game of the century. Saturday at 11 o'clock, it's on Fox.